I'm gonna share with you a little secret that all great community builders know, but we don't like to tell people. I'm gonna let you in on the best engagement hack by answering a question that actually came in through someone who would like to remain anonymous, which I will respect. So here is their question. What is one way you found success in encouraging engagement amongst online community members without using gamification? I have a very specific answer for you. It's not scalable long-term, but what it does is it creates scale. So I recommend keeping, if you have it, a piece of software like a CRM with all of your members' information in it. Keep it secure and make sure that you write down things that you know your members care about, things that you know people have goals around, things you know they're experts in, and keep that database going as you build out your community. Keep adding to it over time as you continue to discover more and more about your members. What you're gonna do when someone comes and brings a question to your community or brings a challenge to your community, you wanna make sure not to jump in and answer it yourself. You are not a support agent, you are a community builder. You're gonna go to that CRM or you're gonna go to the spreadsheet that you have, or I don't care, an old-fashioned notebook, and you're gonna find someone who you think can answer that question really, really well. What you're gonna then do is write an email. That email should say something like, hey, name, I saw this question, link, in the community, and I immediately thought of you. I was thinking about the time you mentioned blank, and I would love for you to share your insights on blank's question in this thread. It would really mean a lot to blank to hear from someone who's done this before. Something to that effect, okay? And what's important that you do here is make sure that this message comes from you. It's not automated. It's not from info@email. It is personal. It shows that you have listened to that person before, have seen and acknowledged their achievements or the work that they've gone through, and then it asks for their help. Asking for help is something that many of us are not very good at, and that's why doing this is vulnerable. I actually recommend to pad your numbers here a little bit. Reach out to about 3 different people who you think might be able to answer the question. Chances are at least one of them is going to respond to you, if not all of them. Often when I do this kind of outreach, I find that I get a 100% open and response rate to these emails, and not only do people actually follow up and do the thing I've asked them to do, but they also share with me other updates about their lives, like updates about their family or their pets, and I get to know them even more when I send these messages. You might think that you're annoying people by doing this, and what I will say is if you do this to the same person over and over and over again, and you're sending out form emails and they're not sincere, they're not genuine, you are annoying people. Don't do that, okay? Instead, what you wanna do is be deliberate and careful. And when you do that, and when you're authentic about it, and when you're really personalizing your communication, you are never annoying someone. In fact, what you're doing is giving someone an opportunity to be generous with their experience. Who doesn't want to be generous with their experiences? Who doesn't want to share their story? That's what you're enabling people to do, is give them a very clear pathway to participation. A lot of times people don't check in on your community on a regular basis, or they check in, but they don't know where to begin. And so what you're doing is giving them a very clear way that they can make a difference that day. I don't know about you, but I would love for someone to reach out to me and say, I have a very clear way for you to make an impact today. I wish there was more clarity in the ways that we could spend our time. This is the best hack of all hacks because it's not actually a hack. What it is instead is a deliberate technique for getting to know your members, building long-term relationships with them, and building on that over time so that you're building structures that are anti-fragile, that can go on without you, where people feel that they're heard, seen, valued for their experiences in your community. Next time somebody posts a question and you don't know how to answer it, or maybe you do know how to answer it, but you don't want to be the first one to answer it, try this technique and let me know how it goes for you. What you'll see is people stepping up more and more in your community as people are role modeling the safety that it is to share their experiences. And nobody ever has to know that you pinged people behind the scenes. No one ever has to know that you've been doing that. In fact, people won't ever know this. But what will make a difference is that you've established these relationships, you've acknowledged the work of other people, and that you've continued to build these bridges and build structures that can be successful from here on out. Have fun with this. I know it can be a little bit time consuming. You can do it less and less over time as you start to model how this works. And look at this as an opportunity to invest in each one of your members who you know has something exciting and important to share. Happy community building and have fun out there.